Hi, welcome to Foreigner in the Philippines. Good morning, and probably midday by now. I've been working since early on our desk, and as you can see we are pretty well ready to do the finishing. Now with that we'll have a very light dust off with a fine sandpaper, hardly anything at all, just to key it, and then we'll go over it and we'll put on several coats of watered down, well thinned down lacquer, which will bring that. It will dim the stud very slightly, which will be good. And well, I'm pretty pleased with how it's turned out. We've done several detailed work on it, which you can see. Now these I'll go over these and make sure that they're knocked down, so that, see, that one there is perfect. Some of the others where the little rod didn't snap off quite so clean, need to be just tapped down very lightly. It has quite a nice sheen on it already, as you can see here, but it's not even, and it needs to be. This is going to be it's going to be high traffic, so it's going to have several coats of varnish on it, which will build up. Very light sand off between coats. So I don't know whether you can see, actually. Maybe you can now with the light as it is. You can see that sort of striping. It's a kind of an antique-y stripe look. Let me see. No, there, that's better. So you can see how that looks. Of course, these are the corners, and that continues on all down, right down to the end. We've got the finish fairly uniform as I like it. Here. I know lots of people said, well, it's too dark. Well, there is that modern invention called light, and we will be having light inside our office, and obviously the light that is acceptable for a guest house is not acceptable for an office, so there will be plenty of light. It never fails to amaze me that people, even though you say this is a work in progress, and they then assume that it's done. Well, even this is still not done. It must have a high gloss. That's my feeling on it. Must have a high gloss to look its best. Now I know if here in the Philippines, if you go into a government office, the light is, shall we say, they're economical with the light, and they get used to working in that. I can't work in it myself, though this is going to be Beth's work area. But being black right at the moment, it's not high gloss, so it does soak up the light. Once it's in a higher gloss, then it won't do that quite as much. So that's as much as I can do today, probably, because I have to go out. We have to go to Taliban. We've got some looking at several pieces of property which the people who are representing that same property that we showed you a little while ago, the one for 350 and the one for 800, they've come back yesterday. We met them on the way back from Taliban on the way home, and we just missed them, but we saw them on the path down, and they have asked us if we will go and run a video on each of the properties. So that's what we're going to do. Personally, I would rather be working on my desk, but well, that's the way it goes, isn't it? So I'm determined now to bring down what I tongue-in-cheek call my Batman desk, and it's part of a Batman, what I used to call Batman style furniture, very rather gothic looking and architectural too, much more so than this one. This is not quite so architectural, well, not when compared with the eyes only desk, not completely practical, really something else that you have for how it looks. Art which is just about functional. Okay, well, that's my work in progress. All the building is done now. It will go together nicely into, even though you can see cracks there, I'm not going to firmly fix everything until I have it on the floor inside the office. So once in there, then it will be fixed. Okay, so thanks for looking in. This is Foreigner in the Philippines.